In today's video, we are going to count down the best rides at Water Park Lago Taurito. There is no better way to start off a water park video than being able to turn your friends into enemies, frenemies for a racer slide, and this park is no exception. As first up, we have got Multipistas, which, believe it or not, is the park's racer slide. And if you are up for the challenge, well then get ready to race like you've never raced before, as even though the layout of this slide is not as great as some later on, with you basically just dropping, going over a bump and then coming out the end, the real fun comes in when you push yourself off, you are looking to your left and right, doing the angry fist or the wave as you make your way down to the bottom. Who here has ever wanted to go down the toilet bowl? Oh, is that just me? Well, if you have too, then look no further than our next attraction, Space Bowl, as no matter whether they call this a space bowl or a bowl or anything like that, no, this is a toilet bowl, and as soon as you set off down that tube and head into the giant bowl, you will very quickly realise why. Although what you may not realise is that of course after you have spun around and around and around the bowl, there are two different types of toilet bowl slides, one of which will just head you down a tube and the other one will just drop you into the centre, and this one right here is the latter, so make sure you're going down forwards because otherwise you can be dropping down head first. Therefore for many of us that'll be intense enough, but if you still want even more thrills, well then look no further than roller coaster. And before you start saying, Tom, that doesn't look much like a coaster. Well no it doesn't, it looks more like a bathtub or a skateboard, but not like a coaster. However, that does not mean it doesn't feel like a coaster, as once you have sat in your two-person raft, so I guess that's a bit like a coaster train, you will then drop down a drop, experiencing the fun and excitement of the coaster, and most definitely the thrills, as you then rock back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, before coming to a complete stop. And let's say that you want even more thrills than that, then you can always ask the lifeguard if you can begin by going down backwards, and that is as intense as the biggest of coasters. If you are scared of heights, then it's probably best to look away now, or just not up, as next up we've got Kamikaze, which is one of two very tall rides that are not for the faint of heart. And at the same time, that will not be free falling just yet. What you will get to do is arguably more intense, as when you begin this ride, you will drop down, then head over a bump before going down, but if you listen to physics class to what happens if you go fast and then suddenly drop, sometimes you can go so fast that you fly off the edge and you are basically dropping down. Yeah, I probably exaggerated it just a little bit too much, but seriously guys, do not underestimate this ride as it can be very, very intense. Although as far as I am concerned, it is still not as intense as its neighbour Free Fall, because as you can probably guess by the name, on this one, all you'll be doing is dropping down. Therefore instead of talking about that, all the water in your face and everything about this slide, I'm going to leave you with one final tip, which would be to ride it straight away, as amongst it building up some very long queues, if you keep looking at this and don't ride it, well you may be put off it. Thank you all for watching, bye bye.